Hey sippers, welcome back to another juicy gossip video. When I say Cardi B, to me is so annoying with the things that she does, honey. They are so annoying. So everyone is congratulating Nicki, talking about Nicki's accomplishments, her being the biggest female rapper on Billboard. Cardi B decided that she was going to brag about her one album, Invasion of Privacy, saying, oh, she dropped one album since her whole entire career and is almost, surpassing Nicki in revenue because she's now worth allegedly $100 million. Like, girl, do you have $100 million in your account? Okay. Now, she's always bragging about going on tour, and it's just all mouth and no action. And I think Cardi B is not being genuine. She's not being straightforward. I think she's washed up. I think she's flopped, but she has a problem like coming to terms with the fact that she's flopped. And probably her music is not selling, but somehow she needs to be in this secret competition with Nicki Minaj to show that she's popping, or, she really is doing a lot of things. And I think it's lame. Girl, you should be authentic, be genuine. If you know you don't really rap well and you're not making as much money, then why are you talking so much on social media, always fighting with the barbs? And deep down, I think Cardi B's biggest issue is that the barbs, they're so loyal to Nicki Minaj, and they're the only fan base that is helping Nicki to be relevant. I think Cardi B and the rest of the corporate giants, they're so mad because I think they low-key hired Cardi B to flop Nicki. And because Cardi B failed to do her job, Cardi has this secret vendetta against the barbs. Well, it's no secret, but she dislikes them. Because the barbs, they're so protective and loyal to Nicki. If Nicki were to drop a project, it's going to go on Billboard because, of course, the barbs will be streaming. Hello? Nicki's always going to make money. This dopamine sneaker shoes from Lucky brand, it's almost sold out because the barbs, they have money and they're going to always support Nicki. I think Nicki would have rubbed salt in these female rappers' wound when she mentioned, they're not passionate about what they do. They're not passionate because if they were, instead of beefing with me, they would have been focusing on their career. But they're all beefing with Nicki Minaj. I think it's orchestrated. I think it's orchestrated hate against Nicki. Because how did Cardi B begin to beef with Nicki Minaj in the first place? Like, how did that happen? At the end of the day, I think it's really sad that Cardi B is struggling to put out this album, and she's bragging to everybody that she's about to put out this album, and there's no album. Honey boos, you're bragging about your revenue and your net worth. You're bragging about signing a deal on tour. Like, girl, everything you're doing is somewhat so new to you. And it shows that you're somehow offended and intimidated by Nicki's success. You have to put something about yourself on the internet. Whenever you see Nicki receiving her flowers, that's a different sense of jealousy. And if I were Nicki, I would be so scared of Cardi B because, people seeing you receiving so much love till it really pisses them off. You should be very careful. I think Cardi B is not someone you should trust. Like, the girl literally paid someone to go attack some girls over Offset. I wouldn't keep a friend like that in my corner because I think that friend could set me up and probably get me killed. I'm just saying, Cardi B to me is very dangerous. Girl, you almost went to jail. You're lucky you possess money and you basically got saved. You basically did community service instead, but hey, it could have went left, it could have went the wrong way. And where's you and Offset now? You did all that just to be dumped, just to get cheated on, allegedly. And the thing that really makes me scratches my head is that whenever someone makes a video about Cardi B being cheated on, she gets so upset. Like, stop lying on me, stop lying on my relationship. But at the end of the day, girl, it is what it is. And this man is now calling you burnt out on social media. Make it make sense. This girl, Cardi B, was also so busy proving to people that she's rich. Girl, why would you prove to social media that you're rich unless you're not and you're bothered? because Nicki's always bragging about her Hidden Hills home, her $20 million Hidden Hills home. And then you go ahead and you bragged about, oh, you're a homeowner, da-da-da. Nobody is interested in your story, Cardi B. Everyone is listening, awaiting Nicki to drop a project. Nobody's excited whenever you drop a song. I'm just saying, people are really tuned in to Nicki Minaj and whatever she does on the internet. Like back in 2019, Cardi B was really hot. And then she's not. It's 2025. Like, girl, your season is done. You're expired. Your music, to me, is flopped. It's not gaining much, substance. I don't think people stream Cardi B on Spotify. Like, I think her music is pretty lame. In other words, Cardi B is history. She's history. Nicki's still relevant. Nicki is a 42-year-old, and though they want to drag Nicki as a granny, old, washed up female rapper, Jason Lee want to say Nicki's the worst rapper of the century, Nicki is still relevant. So they say all these bad, low, derogative things about Nicki, and she's still relevant because they hate Nicki so much. They want to say something so bad, but when Nicki beat them to it and still remains on top, they're now quiet. And I will never forget when Nicki's father, when her dad passed away, unfortunately, people like Tiffany Haddish, Taraji, they were all coming for Nicki and shading Nicki. And Nicki was so low. And I was like, the industry is filled with such horrible people at times because give her a break. She's going through something so low. She lost a parent, and everybody was so busy dragging Nicki Minaj, saying some nasty things about her. And whenever Nicki comes out and talk, oh, she's disrespectful. She's an angry black woman. But if Cardi B was to come out and wish death on someone who's battling cancer or something serious, everyone would be so okay with it. Why does Cardi B get away with things that she said, which is very inappropriate, like wishing death on people? Cardi B wished death on so many people on Twitter, it's not even funny. And it gets swept under the rug. Like, she gets away with anything. And if Nicki were to come out and say something or vent to protect herself or to defend herself, the media want to call Nicki angry and bitter and old. It's unfair. I think Cardi B possessed a lot of jealousy. And I think that girl is just really out for Nicki's career. Like, I think she's just filled with so much hate. And that's my honest opinion. Like, Nicki, girl, you better go, migrate to another country because the industry clearly doesn't love you. And they are clearly jealous of you. Cardi B is obviously jealous. Like, nobody's not going to tell me Cardi B ain't jealous. Cardi B is jealous. And to me, she's going through a lot, being dumped by her husband, being cheated on, being humiliated, people calling out you as an exotic dancer, saying that that's all you'll ever be. Like, I think Cardi B is not content. She's not happy. I remember she was saying, oh, she want to put a bullet to her head. And then she want to drag Offset for being suicidal. First of all, it is not good being suicidal. So if anyone has experienced the feeling, please seek professional help, period. Seek professional help. This is not okay. But girl, you can't be dragging Offset if he's suicidal. You can't be assassinating his character because you too have been there. And that's the father of your kids. And she's so busy wishing death on Offset. I cannot believe this. And it's swept under the rug. Nobody wants to talk about these things. But I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what y'all think. Down below in the comment section, leave a like for this video. Share if you care. Follow us on Instagram at the Sips Loud channel. And thank you so much for always sipping with us.